3, 2, 1. Let's do this.
Hello and welcome to Football Talk, the podcast with myself, Dave, here in Wuhan infected Singapore, and Josh in not Wuhan infected the UK, I hope, still.
No, we are just dealing with a storm. A storm has hit the area. I mean, games were cancelled, I think, in the Dutch league or Belgian league because of the storm hitting the whole area. Yeah, storm. I want to say Kara, but I mean, I'm looking out my window now, and trees are wafting around a little bit. There's probably a bit of patio furniture. Has been
Hang
October
on,
or something.
I read something about this that I hopefully have still got on my Twitter, very easily to find. Is this the storm that made a flight go from New York to London in like 4 hours?
Yes, 4 hours, 53 minutes, something like that.
Absolutely unbelievable.
The funny thing is, imagine there's a flight going the other way which still hasn't arrived yet.
It's just
come on!
It's just like hovering in one place.
Headwind. Yeah, it's like you see a seagull up, like just going nowhere in the air. It's like, come on, we're getting there.
But yeah, there probably is. So, but interesting. Okay, so just a bit of a storm, not too much happening, just a bit of a storm.
Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, but your end, you see, there's Singapore's a little bit of lockdown. Is it a bit
amber alert, mate? One away from red, and when red happens, shops shut. You're not allowed to leave your house. Yeah, it's it's not too bad. I mean, my wife and I are obviously quite blasé about it because we're British. So we've been out.
You're going
every
around day. Licking door handles and stuff. You don't care. You're just like, bring it on.
It doesn't need to be a virus for me to do that. So
loves the taste of door handles.
Yeah, no, it's like it's a bit strange, but it's nothing. We're really not that worried. Like, I've got to do extra work and do stuff with my employees at work to make sure everyone's all right. But no, it's not. It's all right, isn't it? It's all right. It's only 40 people infected out of like the 5 or 6 million that live here. So. That's not even 1%. So
no, nowhere near 1%.
Exactly, not a problem. I mean, you're fucked if you live in China. No offense, Chinese people, but it's growing worse by the day, isn't it, over there? But but this isn't a medical podcast, Josh.
No, not medical, not food related, not flight related. Yeah.
It's a food. It's not a food. It's not a food podcast. I'm really hungry. It's a football podcast, and I think we should dive into it because we need to. I mean, let's be honest. We need some filler because we've only got 2 games to review. So
yeah, and what games they were.
Oh, I know. Yeah, absolutely blinding. But what's caught your eye in the news? Dive straight in. I say straight in. We've covered flights and licking door handles and Wuhan virus. So
yes. So it's Romelu Lukaku. Obviously, Man United fans were so sad to see him go. Replaced him with. Belatedly replaced him with Odion Ighalo, but Lukaku has become the fastest player to reach 20 goals for Inter Milan in their history.
He's a goal scorer.
I
didn't want to get rid of him.
From Dave Nichols there, he's a goal scorer. Yeah,
I didn't want to get rid of him. I didn't want to get rid of him until we had someone actually good lined up to do it. Now Ighalo is obviously clearly good, and he'll struggle to score 8 goals, so I won't be buying a football shirt. But
pending his release from quarantine.
Yeah. We'll get onto that in a minute. But Lukaku was always going to score goals in Italy. He's a very good goal scorer. He's just the only problem he had in England is that he was a bit of a flat track bully, wasn't he? It was against the smaller teams and things like that. But I was sad to see him go. I was.
Yeah, and I don't think United played to his strengths overall.
No, we didn't. So I mean, Mourinho tried, didn't he? Like Mourinho likes a big target man and that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean that's what's weird about playing Man United playing now is that we still go down the wings and. Like the wing backs or full backs look to put a cross in and they're like, oh yeah, no, we don't have Lukaku. Play it back and around the box.
Yeah, we've got Martial just shying away from every header he goes near.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he 20 goals in 29 appearances, beating the Ronaldo by 2 games.
Wow.
But I would say that the Ronaldo at that time was a 20-year-old Ronaldo, so that was he was obviously special in his right. To complete the list, we had Ruben Sosa, Hernan Crespo, Adriano, Diego Milito, Rodrigo Palacio, Christian Vieri, and Mauro Icardi. So not a bad list to top out, was it?
I know. I'll tell you what, Josh, that would have been one hell of a quiz.
Yes, I did toy with the idea of giving you that as a quiz, and I thought, no. I know we've got to fill this podcast, but I don't want it filled with silence of your brain ticking over.
Yeah. Me just sitting there going, Can I have a clue?
Yeah. Robbie Keane? No, Robbie Keane did not get 20 goals. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Right then. Talking of... Well, we sort of linked to it. Igalo couldn't go to Dubai. So, still hasn't really trained or played with his teammates in any sort of form. Just the under-23s that haven't gone to the training camp. So, a bit of a weird scenario. Because you would have thought he would have been given the all clear.
You'd have thought that United would have looked into this and it wouldn't be a desperate last-minute signing and if a player can't yet play, but it's turned out that way.
Very, very strange, but yeah, it's an interesting thing. The ins and outs of football that you don't really think about. Has someone been to China in the last 14 days? So
no.
Yeah,
I've had a little look on Instagram last night and I saw there was Ryan Sessegnon being photographed with Marcus Rashford and Tammy Abraham. I imagine all out in Dubai, just living up in their winter break. Do you reckon it's going to be a good thing this winter break? They're all going to come back and it's going to be gung-ho football fresh, or is it going to be like just struggling to get back to the speed of a game?
I don't see it having the effect that everyone wants it to have. I think there will be some sort of effect. I mean, if you have a whole week off from the intensity of the football they play, if you have a week off, I think it's fine. But it's just a bit strange that like the Championship didn't have it, and they play more games.
I think it was probably linked to the international, like the Euros, wasn't it? I imagine, and
it is.
In terms of it being selfish from the English FA, it's like, well, we're not going to be picking anyone for a championship. So
true. But I don't know. I don't think it will have. I don't think everyone's going to come back firing gung ho, attacking when everyone playing a press and things like that. I think it wouldn't surprise me if they're all playing like behind closed doors, friendly against each other anyway.
Yeah, you thought they'd have a few days off and then they need to get back to it before they will arrive. But okay. I also saw a list of the highest paid managers in world football. Did you see this, Dave?
Oh no, I haven't seen this. Another good quiz.
So all right, can you name me the top? What do you reckon the top 5 will be?
Like all time or right now?
No, currently being paid.
Oh, there's got to be someone in China that's on a shit ton.
No, they're all managing in
Europe.
We've got Spain, England, Spain.
Zidane,
5th on the list at a 16.8 million euros a year.
God, that's a good salary.
My salary.
Pep.
Yes, Pep number 2, 23.28 million euros a year.
Was it Spain at the top?
Spanish league manager. Well, I imagine Pep probably gets a little bit of under the table.
Yeah.
I saw someone comment. I bet the Man City owners have kind of sponsored his shed or something like that. Naming rights for his shed. That was a very funny comment.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be the new Barcelona manager, who I can't think of.
No.
Oh no, Diego Simeone.
Diego Simeone, right. So I said that Pep Guardiola was second at 23.28 million. Have a little guess what Diego Simeone's reported wages.
25 million.
43.6
43
million. Almost double that of the reported Pep Guardiola. So no wonder he's still at Atletico, because he is raking it in. He's getting paid almost €1 million a week.
He bent them over, didn't he? When he was, all those rumours were coming that he was going to leave.
Yeah, 2-3 years ago he was like, I'm going to leave, and they're like, oh god.
Well, you can see where the Joao Felix, they've like bought in Joao Felix and then also paying Simeone. How can they do that?
Yeah, they're like, I mean, it doesn't seem sustainable, does it?
No. Haven't they just built a new stadium as well? Like, all of these outgoing financial stuff. That's incredible.
Have we just uncovered the fact that Atletico Madrid are about to go bust?
Yeah, we might well have done.
No one else has seen it coming.
Yeah.
Mentioning Joao Felix there, he's not exactly had the greatest start to a career in La Liga, is he?
I'm going to be honest, I haven't been... I don't know what's happening in La Liga, other than Barcelona sacked their manager when they were top, which confused me, so...
Yeah, but it's not a lot of goals. I think it was like 3 goals and maybe like 1 assist or something. So let me just 3 goals, 1 assist. 4 goals, 1 assist now. Sorry.
Oh right, that isn't very good. Yeah, according that we're in February.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Very interesting. Talking of Spanish football, did I get all the managers, or am I missing some?
No, so Mourinho and Klopp filled the.
Mourinho and Klopp.
The others.
Okay.
They were third and fourth. Yeah.
You're telling me Ole Solskjaer isn't one of the top 5 paid managers in the
Yeah,
world?
it's not. Yeah, no.
But as we were talking about Spanish football, Martin Odegaard knocking Madrid out of one goal that knocked Madrid out of the cup, or what's it called, Copa del Rey, with both Madrid and Barca being knocked out in the same stage for the first time in forever. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So that's blown that competition wide open. Is the Copa del Rey, do you know, like our FA Cup? Does you get a European place out of it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So. Yeah.
Interesting.
I was then thinking about because the Odegaard being Norwegian. I was wondering, are we now entering the golden generation of Norwegian football with every Erling Haaland?
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose, do you want to include like Josh King in that? I suppose you might. I don't know.
I'll tell you what, Josh King strikes me as a sort of striker that if he's playing with around really good players, sort of like Haaland and your Odegaards, he would score quite a few goals.
Yeah. Sander Berg, obviously, just signed for Sheffield United. It's got makings of some form of relatively successful Norwegian side, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Just put Ole Solskjaer in charge and it'll fall apart.
Oh, God, I can actually see that happening.
Yeah, I could see that happening as well.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, anything else in the news for you?
The Netherlands and Belgium want to combine their leagues.
Really?
Yeah, it's mooted. I think there's a study from Deloitte. They're looking to get 400 million euros in kind of TV licensing for it. But in the moment, the kind of leagues combined get around 150, 160. So it'll be a big kind of improvement on their the money that is generated. And obviously geographically it works quite well because they're both right next to each other, short distances, and you have much bigger countries than that with their leagues.
That would be really interesting to see.
Yeah, I suppose it depends on how it'll be a goer if there's a kind of, if it's the English model around the distribution of the money, whereas if it's the kind of La Liga model, I'm not sure you get the buy-in from all the clubs that they're willing because otherwise every Ajax is just kind of just.
Also, what would happen if so let's say in the top division top 4 got Champions League? That probably isn't the case, but let's say that was the case and all the top 4 teams were Dutch. Surely there's something against that.
No, it would be just a league system, wouldn't it? It wouldn't. You kind of the nationality of the identity of the sides becomes irrelevant, then, doesn't it?
Well, no, because then why couldn't the Premier League have 5 in the Champions League? Because at the moment it's all done on coefficients, isn't it? So the Dutch league will have like 2 places in the Champions League, and the Belgian league will have 2 places in the Champions League because of their national coefficients for each country.
Yep.
So if you combine it, what nationality gets the coefficient?
That's a decent point. I mean, that's for someone who's much more involved with detail than me. But I would say you'd have to look at it from it would maybe be a new league, and they'd have to. Because not many new leagues get set up, so they'd probably have to put it at a certain level to begin with, like 2 or 3, and then see where that league kind of goes through and how it progresses.
Yeah. Very true.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, if there's a lawyer listening, there's a way to get yourself some money. Be the man that writes up that paperwork.
You are. I no discredit to our listeners, but I think you're massively overestimating the power that our listeners have.
You never know.
We never know.
You never know.
Sorry, listeners, if you are a sports lawyer about to work on the merger between the Belgian and Netherlands League, but if you are, get in contact. We'll have you on the show. If you're not.
It could have been the other way around, Josh, as well. The person pitching it could have been listening and thinking like, "Oh, you haven't thought about that? Bollocks! How am I going to answer that question?
Shit. We're going to lose all our.
Got to redo my slides.
Lose all our Champions League places.
Yeah. So yeah, you never know. You never know, Josh. You never know. But I didn't know that was happening. It is very interesting.
It's not happening. It was been talked about. It's definitely not a nailed on. It was been mooted. Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, the transfer window has slammed shut as it does. What do you think about Danny Rose's comments? Obviously, we talked about him on the last podcast because he moved, but he's come out and said, Mourinho told everybody they'd get a clean slate, but he didn't get one.
I reckon Danny Rose probably got a clean slate and probably shat on that slate and became dirty again.
Fair enough.
I naively thought once Danny Rose would move to Newcastle, he'd stop bleating on about Spurs and leaking stuff, but he just is more than ever now.
He's definitely got no repercussions now, has he? So
No, he's not going to lose his place.
Yeah.
I mean, I read this morning that PSG are monitoring his situation because they're looking for a left back next year. But Danny, just concentrate on the football for a bit. And I appreciate your honesty, but just concentrate on actually just playing the game for a little bit and get your form back, please.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Anything else in the news? I mean, fresh news. Man City West Ham's been postponed. So.
Oh, because of weather?
Because of weather, yeah. It's just popped up on my news feed on BBC News, yeah. So only one game to preview City, as well. How bad's that? We've got 2 games to review and 1 game's to preview.
Yeah, and I'm now looking at the other match is an earlier match, Sheffield United Bournemouth. I mean, are they just not going to cancel that because
it's Sheffield United v Bournemouth?
Because Bournemouth are already on their way.
That's true, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah.
But really, I mean, that would just be worth watching to see what the fucking ball does in the air. It's
I'm
like,
watching
wow.
that tonight. Yeah, I'm going to watch that while I'm doing work at home tonight. It's going to be brilliant.
Went out the stadium yet again.
It's going to be amazing.
Oh,
but yeah, so that was some breaking news. Obviously not breaking news because it depends when you're listening to it. But any other news?
A radio show, Dave. We could be breaking news.
Yeah, that's one step at a time. Let's walk before we can run. I guess one bit of news going back to Spain. I say I don't watch La Liga. I just keep up with the news there. But obviously Messi with his contract. There's rumours about that he can't agree a new contract at the moment.
I mean, have you seen the state of his contract?
I haven't. No.
Like the amount that man earns, it's like he's never going anywhere else. I really can't see it for me. He's a little bit of a spat with Eric Abidal around bits and pieces, but I would be amazed if that guy at this stage leaves Barcelona, especially for someone who's going to he'll be back to Argentina if anything. So, yeah, I see him just. I don't see him going to another big European club.
Okay, fair enough.
You?
No, he'll be there his whole career, won't he? It's obvious. Yeah, I can't see him moving. Maybe back to Argentina, like to retire, but. Yeah, I can't see anything.
Newell's Old Boys he go to, I think?
Yeah, I think it was Newell's Old Boys they signed him from to pay for his growth injections. Hormone injections. He's not had a sex change.
But yeah, they could get Messi there and Pochettino managing. That'd work quite well for them, I reckon. They could stand a chance of winning the league if they did that.
Pochettino's going to Man United at the end of the season.
Maybe
Solskjaer will be... Yes, please. Solskjaer will go by mutual consent and Poch will be signed so that we don't have to pay his massive release fee or whatever it is, compensation fee. That's what we all know. That's what's going to happen.
So be it. Bring it on.
It's been told.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Are we doing? Is that the news? I mean, we've really got to fill this out. So.
Yeah. No, I'm happy with that. I've got lots to talk about, Dave. Don't you worry.
Okay. All right then. Let's move on then, Josh. Moving on. It's quizzing time.
Right. Before I start the quiz, I'm going to give you a little choice. Do you want Ireland, Northern Ireland, Scotland, or Wales?
Oh, definitely Scotland.
Scotland. Okay. We'll see how you feel about that. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la 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 la. It's quizzing time.
Right. Oh, I've got an image.
You've got an image. You've got to tell me about that image. So I have sent Dave a list of. Well, Dave, what have you got on your list in front of you?
I've got a list of Scottish players at Premier League clubs at a market value, and I assume I've got to guess which players are which.
Yeah, so I've given Dave, as per Transfer Market, the list of the 10 most valuable Scottish players. And to help him along a bit, I have left in their age, their nationality, their club, and their value. So, Dave, say what you see and talk us through.
The first thing that drew my eye, Josh, player number 4, what is that second nationality? Scottish and...
Isle of Man.
Isle of Man, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, and Manx. Do you know that's what they're called? M-A-N-X?
Yes.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah. So top is player number 1, age 25, Scottish, club Liverpool, 72 million, Robertson.
Yes.
Second player is also 25, Scottish, Bournemouth, 27 million. The only person, and I wouldn't pay this much for him, I can think of is Ryan Fraser.
Correct, and no one will be paying that much for him because he'll be free in the summer.
Exactly. Third position, 23rd, Man United, Scottish and English, Scott McTominay.
Yes. So at the moment they've got left wing, centre mid, left back.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, okay, we'll move on.
Just to interrupt this quiz, how did Transfer Market come up with their market value? Does it say? Does it give you a breakdown of?
No, I don't think it has a breakdown of it. No, I'm not quite sure how they come up with it, but I always like it as a little barometer.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Fourth, 22 years old, Scottish and Manc, Isle of Man, Arsenal. Can players from the Isle of Man play for England?
I wouldn't have thought so.
Oh. Because I was going to say Callum Chambers, but he's played for
No,
England.
I think all of these are capped for Scotland.
It's obvious. Tierney.
Kieran Tierney,
Yeah,
yes.
Kieran
Unfortunately
Tierney.
for Scotland, two of their best players both play at left back.
Yeah. Just put one in front of the other.
Yeah, then where does Ryan Fraser play? So
Right
it's
wing.
just... Oh, yeah. You can there, are you? Okay.
Yeah.
Crowbarring him.
Fifth man, 25 years old, Scottish, obviously. Aston Villa, worth 18 million according to transfer. 22.5, by the way, was what Transfer Market rated Paul Tierney. Paul Tierney? Kieran Tierney.
Yeah, referee.
Yeah. 18 million, Aston Villa, 25-year-old Scottish. John McGinn.
John McGinn. So a little centre midfield partnership with McTominay McGinn. Not bad.
Not bad. Sixth is a 29-year-old Scottish and English nationality player.
Oh, yeah, easy for you to say.
Yeah. For Fulham, 13.5 million. Oh my god.
So this player
Fulham.
is an attacking midfielder, and he always bosses the Championship, and he's always a lovely footballer in the Championship. Came up with Fulham last year and was completely just apathetic, did nothing in the league. Really annoyed me. No, nice left foot, but really just upset me because he did not do anything.
I'm going to have to come back to that.
Okay.
We have to come back to that. Seventh, 30 years old, Scottish and English, Newcastle, 10.8 million. The age is what's put 30. Who's 30 and Scottish? I bet it's really obvious, isn't it?
I was like you saying, God, who reaches 30 years old when they're Scottish? Blimey.
Yeah. Is this really obvious?
You know him for sure, yeah.
I sort of want to say central midfielder. Is it Paul, is it Paul Dummett?
No, it's not. But they list him as a right midfielder, whereas I'd put him as a left mid or right or left wing back.
Oh, bloody hell. Okay. I think I can picture who it is, but I can't remember his name.
Okay, we'll leave Porsche there. We'll go through the remaining three, and then if you don't get them, we'll come back to them later.
Eighth is a 23-year-old Scottish and English for Sheffield United. 9 million, which is decreasing in value, apparently. Which is strange, because I think he's had a good season. John Fleck.
Oh, no.
Is it
Look
not?
at you, so confident.
Oh, I was really confident then.
Oh, gutted. John Fleck is a lot older.
Ollie McBurney.
Ollie McBurney, yeah, it's a bit harsh decreasing.
Yeah.
Especially as he's got into the Premier League, but he's not set the world alight.
Yeah. Ninth is a 27-year-old Southampton player who is worth 7.2 million. Oh, that's drawing. Oh, is it? No, he must be younger than 27. They've got someone called Armstrong.
Yes, it is. Stuart Armstrong.
Oh my god,
yeah.
I thought he was much younger than 27.
No, I think it's because he burst on the scene last year and scored a few goals. Like, this guy's got to be young, but no, he'd been at Celtic for a while before that, and yeah.
And talking of Celtic, 10th on the list, 28-year-old Celtic player, 6.75 million. Is it Fraser Forster?
No, I'm not sure. I mean, unless you've got a good knowledge. I mean, I would say not many of us have a good knowledge of Celtic's squad, so I'll be very impressed if you manage to get this one, Dave.
Okay.
You've heard of him for sure, but
yeah,
it's just kind of racking that knowledge. And
is it the bald guy that plays up front?
Bald guy who plays up front.
Scored 2 against England in the Euros.
No, Lee Griffiths. No,
Lee
he's
Griffiths.
only worth. He's aged 29, but he's only worth 1.8 million. Is Lee Griffiths?
Okay. No, okay, we'll come back to that one as well. Yeah. Back to that one as
All
well.
right, we'll leave that there. But what your first thoughts on the quiz, Dave? Do you think it's too hard, too easy?
No, I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Because I think it's a struggle if it was like the most expensive Scottish players in Scotland or something. But the fact that it's Yeah, Premier League and Championship are the top ones. I like it. No, I like it.
And I think you made the right choice with the country to go for, given the choice of Northern Ireland, Wales, and Scotland and Ireland.
I mean,
Northern Ireland would have been a bit of a bleak one.
I've gone points on the board early. That's what I've done in this
Absolutely.
quiz. Get them on there, and then panic when end of season comes in and I'm trying to guess the Welsh players.
Oh God, yeah.
So, okay, is this lining me up for the next 4 quizzes, or are they going to be?
No, because I mean you could easily research.
I wouldn't cheat. I would not cheat.
Okay.
So, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, nice. No, I did enjoy that. We'll come back to it at the end. Yeah.
All right, we'll move on to review, shall we?
Yeah. This will be quick. Quicker than normal. Anyway, I mean, this is normally the bulk of the episodes, isn't it? Reviewing games. Yes. But yeah. Okay. Everton Palace in the early kickoff. Let me have a think.
Go on, have a think.
In the James McCarthy derby?
That would have been one, correct. That is one. But it's not where I went.
Okay.
I went to Marcus Bent.
Oh, okay.
And do you know why I went to Marcus Bent?
Because he's your fullback for everything.
Cause
I imagine in an exam, Josh, when you did them at school, and it was like, I don't know that answer. Marcus Bent.
Yeah, so that is why I got shocking AS levels. That is what happened. Still playing, age 41.
Okay.
And I imagine he's still playing because he's paying off his fines because I think a couple of years ago he was found with cocaine on him at Chessington World of Adventures.
Amazing.
And was fined like £400. It's like, I mean, come on, mate, it's Chessington. You don't need it. You got the highs of all the rides. You don't need.
That's ridiculous.
You don't need cocaine.
No, that is ridiculous. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
So ended 3-1 Everton this match, and obviously earlier this week I posted that I had put a bet on Palace to go down, and this definitely hasn't helped. But there were signs of life with Palace here, and amazingly, signs of life in Christian Benteke.
I couldn't believe it. I texted my group and I was like, Benteke, wow.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you see the goal, you realise why he scored.
Oh, Jordan Pickford. Now, England's
it balances out.
England's number 2.
Yeah, it balances out because Benteke could have easily had more goals in this match because he actually seemed like it actually literally gave him confidence because he's all over the shop. He had that one from a corner which bounced something off the bar, and then the one which I'm talking about is his header, which Pickford flew across and managed to save. So if they were the other way round, I think we'd all be like, no criticism of Pickford, and because if you don't save that, so what? And you'd all be like, oh, that's a good goal for Benteke, just nice header, lovely, can't miss it, that'll give him some confidence. But now is he thinking, I've scored a goal because the keeper's blundered it, and is Pickford thinking, oh God, I'm hot and cold? And that's my problem with Pickford. He blows hot and cold.
Yeah, he's not consistent enough to be a first choice international goalkeeper.
No, it reminds me of when Spurs had Aurelio Gomez, and then we changed to Brad Friedel, and I was so much more relaxed because Gomez went from sublime to ridiculous, whereas Friedel was just kind of like Mr. Consistent.
7 out of 10.
Save what you think he should save. Didn't save what you hoped he would save because they're just top corner. But I was happy with that. Didn't really save penalties because he was old, couldn't get down quick enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was going to make a mum joke there, but I wanted to keep it nice and nice
keep it above board this episode.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, and are you thinking it's up for Dean Henderson to grab? England's number 1.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is Dean Henderson's. I think the opportunity's there. It's just. Southgate doesn't like to change too much, does he? And I think it'd be a big move for Southgate to call someone into the squad that's never been it and then give him the first choice goalkeeper spot. Yeah,
this late stage especially.
Yeah. But I think he should be. Yeah, I think he should be England's number 1.
Yeah, because it does have the. I mean, Pickford was pretty good in our World Cup running, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah. And crucially, he was very good in Gareth Southgate's under-21 World Cup win as well.
Yes, and I think that then the manager will have faith, and I think I've just got the horrible feeling it will end up like there'll be a mistake, like kind of Rob Green versus USA type situation.
Yeah.
And Pickford will be like, with his little tiny arms, be like, oh God.
His little tiny arms.
Little tiny arms. Yeah, but I mean, it'll be interesting to see who is in the squad then, because obviously there's Nick Pope, there's Aaron Ramsdale and Dean Henson, both 24. Nick Pope's 25. Surprisingly, actually close in age. I didn't realise.
Yeah, I always thought Ramsdale was really young.
They're not. No, they're not. I've literally misread it as appearances this season. So Nick Pope's 27.
You're an idiot.
Dean Henson's 22 and Ramsdale's 21.
Oh, okay.
Because I looked down and went, God, David Martin's 4 years old.
Oh, bloody hell. You're an idiot.
No, he's made 4 appearances. Oh, wow. This is a cracking pod this week, Dave.
Yeah, we're doing well here. We're doing well.
So,
should we review the game, other than just Benteke and Pickford? So,
yeah.
Bernard, what thoughts on Bernard? He seems to be another player flourishing under Ancelotti.
Yeah, he's a decent little player, isn't he? He will never be the player that you hope he'll be. We've said it before, when he had scored a lovely little goal, which I can't remember who it was against, a few months back, where he looked like he'd actually ruined the chance because he turned back on it and rifled it in. But
yeah.
He's got good technique, but he won't be that. He's kind of like the Pickford in outfield play. He's not going to be consistent and score you week after week, assist week after week. But he'll get, it's a lovely finish from Walcott's cross.
Yeah.
And he scores some lovely goals and does some lovely things, but he's just not always at it.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose on the other wing you got Richarlison,
who's exactly the same.
Yeah, and now he was signed for I think around 35 million, kind of rumoured to go up to 50.
Yeah.
And a lot of people kind of scoffed at that to begin with, but do you reckon people think value for money now?
I think you would get that back if you were selling him now. You'd definitely get more. Was it like turned down a bid from Barcelona or something, wasn't it?
Rumour has it, wasn't it, like 85 million or something ridiculous?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you'd accept that
one up?
Yeah.
Yes, straight away.
I would say that in this current market, I'd say he's probably value for money. He's done well for them. So, yeah. Why not?
Yeah, you've convinced yourself.
I've convinced myself. Yeah.
So, I mean, Everton picked up points again, and Calvert-Lewin got another goal. I am liking Calvert-Lewin. He seems to be just there or thereabouts all the time. He had a missed opportunity early in this match. Just evaded him a little diving header. But I think just Everton are reaping rewards from hiring a world-class manager.
Who would have thought that hiring a very competent manager who's known to bring success wherever he's been would pay off? Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure when they hired him, Everton and West Ham were on the same points.
Yes, I think they were, yeah.
And now we have Everton on 36 and West Ham on 24.
I think it was Bill Kenwright wanted Moyes back, but the majority shareholder, whose name I forget, who Kenwright sold the most of his shares to, who's the millionaire that's now funding them, was the one that was like, no. We're going for Ancelotti. We're going to try and aim big. And it paid off, clearly. Bashiri, that's it. Yeah, Bashiri. And, it's paid off, isn't it?
Has paid off. I mean, at the moment, obviously, they played the extra game, but they are they're kind of in 7th place. They're 5 points off Chelsea. Chelsea, obviously, have a game in hand. But, yeah, it's going good guns, isn't it? It had the makings of a very damp squib of a season, but obviously, we have a very congested area at the moment. Obviously, playing the extra game completely changes the face of it, but there are some positives for him. I mean, Calvert-Lewin will be a big positive at the end of the season, I think. England's squad for Euros?
Yeah, do you reckon?
Potentially. I mean, it depends on Kane's
if he keeps this form up, you can't not take him. If he keeps the form for the second half of the season.
Well, it'll be Ings or Calvert-Lewin, I'd have thought.
And I reckon Southgate would go Calvert-Lewin.
I would say so as well, yeah. I imagine he would have managed him on 21s.
Probably, yeah.
And just, Ings isn't a real long-term solution.
You taking three strikers in your squad?
Yeah, taking 3.
Kane, Rashford, Calvert-Lewin?
No, Kane, Rashford, Tammy Abraham.
So you're not taking Calvert-Lewin then?
No, but I say if it depends on the fitness of Rashford and Kane, doesn't it? Both.
Okay, yeah. They'll both be at the Euros. They'll both be there. Guarantee you. I'd put money on it. Yep.
God, you'll have a bet.
Well, it's because I can't actually bet in Singapore. So.
Do you want me to place? I'm sure I can place that bet for you, Dave.
If you can find that for me, you can put one of your fine English pounds.
Okay.
Oh, well, depending on the odds.
Kane and Rashford will both be in the England squad.
In the England squad for the Euros. Yep.
Do you want to finish it off?
I'm not even saying they'll be in the squad for like the preliminary shit, the 30-man squad. They'll be in that final 26-man squad, whatever it is you select.
23.
23, yeah. They'll be in that final squad.
Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, there's videos of Kane kind of training out in wherever, somewhere hot, and it's like, oh god, he's going to be back, and there's rumours he's going to be back for the last few games of the season.
Yeah.
Just so he can show to Southgate that he can run. And
so if you can find it, let me know the odds, and I'll let you know how much I'm putting on.
Okay, we'll do.
And then when I'm back in June, you can give me my winnings.
Oh.
So, because the Euros, we'll go and watch a Euros game together, and when they're both up front together, Josh, you can be like, oh yeah, here's your £2 million.
Yeah, oh yeah, and that would have been before that point. We'd have both forgotten that had happened. Like, oh, Josh, why have we got 2 million in the bank? Oh God, it's not mine, is it? It's Dave's. Dave's 2 million.
Yeah.
But back to the Everton Palace match. So I think we've thoroughly covered Everton, but Palace. And obviously I mentioned at the start, this hasn't helped, but I don't think this was a match that was really going to be the game changer for them. If they got something out of it, great. But I hadn't expected them to get anything out of it because Everton have been good form. But Palace's next 4 games are vital.
Yeah.
We have Newcastle home, Brighton away, Watford home, Bournemouth away. They are all teams around them, and kind of 6-pointers, especially Brighton and Watford. Newcastle and Bournemouth have kind of edged themselves away a little bit, but still all very much amongst it.
It is. It's very interesting because, like I mentioned in the quiz, points on the board is what you want, and they got that early doors. And it's sort of like, if Bournemouth beat Sheffield United, Crystal Palace are still above them by a point. So they're getting drawn closer to it if the teams below them win, but they are still above. And when you look at the table, it looks positive. I'd still say as a Palace fan.
And in response to the Crystal Palace getting relegated, I've seen a few people, had a conversation with people online. It's like, what they only need, like 38, 40 points is what's needed to be to stay safe-ish in normal season. They only need this many more wins. Like, look at the table; they are right amongst it. They're 4 games now coming up. They could feasibly lose them all, and you're just in the mire. Like 4 wins, or how many wins they need. They've won 3 games in the last 19. They are just about keeping their heads above water. I don't care if it is, and I'm not sure the 40-point mark will be it this season. It might have ended up being it, but you'll be panicking right until the last minute because it's so tight.
Yeah, agreed.
But Benteke may now take confidence from this, and maybe Cenk Tosun won't be needed, and Benteke can just smash it through.
How fun would it be if Benteke suddenly hits form?
Oh, it's just, I feel really, thinking about it, I feel a little bit sorry for him because I remember, I think it was his first season at Aston Villa.
Yeah.
And it was just like, this guy is an absolute beast in the air, wasn't he? He was just
That's why Liverpool paid so much money for him, isn't it?
Yeah. And 19 Premier League goals in his first season. Then 10, then 13. Signed by Liverpool, 9 goals still. Even his first season at Palace, 15 goals.
Yeah.
And then I read his next 3 seasons: 31 appearances, 3 Premier League goals; 16 appearances, 1 Premier League goal; 17 appearances, 1 Premier League goal. And that's obviously this current season.
If you were doing like the Wikifiles without the club names, that would be an interesting read because would you guess striker?
Yeah, I think goal scorer midfielder just kind of dries up. But now the thing is, the bet it could be now for you, Dave. Who will score more goals between now and the end of the season, Ighalo or Benteke?
Oh, from now.
Yeah, don't count Benteke's one.
All comps because Man United are in more competition, so it's a bit unfair.
No, just Premier League.
I'm going to say they'll score exactly the same amount.
8 more each.
Well, no, because I was thinking about this. Right, technically, as much as I want Ighalo to score a lot of goals, if he doesn't score 8 goals, then I'm not buying a football shirt.
You very
I'm
much
buying it if he scores 8, which is fine.
Yeah. There's no real downside to this.
Yeah. No, I think they'll both score exactly the same amount of goals between now and the end of the season.
And how many is that number, Dave?
1.
Oh God. You don't foresee Ighalo being your Henrik Larsson?
Do you know what? I actually think I think he'll be good, but I think he'll create more goals for other players with his presence.
You see, he took a pay cut to come to United.
I did. He took from 300 grand a week to 100 grand a week.
300 grand
Something like that, like 280 grand or something,
Wow.
yeah, in China, to 100 grand a week at United, apparently. But even less, he
Man
said,
alive.
I saw the interview with him, and he was saying he just would have come for like bobbins, expenses.
Yeah, I mean, there is. Yeah, I can completely understand that. It's something to, you played at Old Trafford, you played for United.
Yeah.
It was his career was doing something very
Have you,
different at that point.
have you seen the interview?
No.
When he goes into it, and it's like, just another tangent here. This obviously isn't Everton Crystal Palace. Like, and he's there, and he's like, oh yeah, I know they've brought me in for my physicality and my first touch and my technique on the ball when I get it into my feet. Whereas Martial doesn't do that. He just drifts out left, he like drifts out wide, and you're sort of like, yeah, you actually probably are a fan then, because that's what everyone's saying. And it's like, yeah, and he's like, yeah, they've brought me out because Martial doesn't do that. I was like, okay, yeah, nice, honest, love it.
Wow. A little bit brutal, yeah.
Yeah, but why not?
I'm just looking at his record now. So
Just that one season at Watford, mate. That's all you got to look at. That's why he's good.
yeah.
So
Not his second bit of a season at Watford.
Nah. Don't worry about that.
A Benteke-esque season, actually. 18 appearances, 1 goal. It's very Benteke. This is incredibly Benteke. Same person. Have you ever seen them in the same room together?
No. They must have played Watford v Aston Villa on the same pitch, though.
Do you reckon?
Oh no, maybe would Villa have been in? Yeah, they must have done. I don't know. This is
Aston Villa 12.
This podcast is all over the place.
Intriguing. Yeah, 14-15 season. No. I don't think they would have done. I don't think we've ever seen Benteke and Igalo in the same room together. So.
Well, we might do a Man United and Palace play each other.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and if we don't, then it just backs up the theory. So.
Conspiracy theory. Igalo and Benteke are the same person.
Yeah.
Right. Should we move on to another in-depth review of the second match?
Why not?
There's no 3 o'clock kickoffs. I staggered them both because.
Yeah, it pissed me right off. There was no 3 o'clock
people,
kickoffs.
They wanted to make everybody get to their local team for 3 o'clock, maybe.
Yeah, true.
Brighton v Watford. Now, what are you guessing here as the derby, Dave?
You're
You're not going to get it.
I don't. There can't be very many either.
Oh, there's a few because of their lower league times.
Is it someone like Tom Cleverley or something? No, he wouldn't have gone to Brighton.
I've gone for Al Bangura. Do you remember Al Bangura?
No. How many games did he play?
Now this is another little tangent we're going to love. This is his Wikipedia page, and I vaguely remember this. So, Al Bangura, from Watford, played for Watford 05-09 with a little loan spell to Brighton. So, Bangura played for Sierra Leone national team, notable for having been a victim of human trafficking when he was a teenager, also the subject of a deportation case in 2007. Now, I'm just going to linger on the human trafficking case because this is where it gets interesting. However, in Guinea, he met a Frenchman who he did not realise was involved in human trafficking and who took Bangura to France, intending to make him a male prostitute. When the man took Bangura to the UK, he intended to use him as a prostitute. However, Bangura sought asylum. Wow.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, that is a hell of... I remember
How old was he? When did you say? 17?
He said he fled to Guinea age 15. Yeah, so he'd been just 15. Yeah, and you think all these stories of the hard time I had as a footballer growing up. Had to go to training. My mum would take me to training every night and stuff. Yeah, this guy's was human trafficked. Had to seek asylum age 15 away from his family. So spare a moment.
Wow, bloody hell,
yeah. Yeah, and he's still playing at Nuneaton Town, I think.
Wow, there you go. Good on him. Yeah, good on him.
So yeah, that was the derby, and the match was 1 apiece. And I would say Brighton probably deserved a little bit more from this. So again, they've been playing. You reckon?
I think Watford threw it away. I think.
I mean, Watford definitely threw it away.
Yeah, I don't think. What was the XG?
What was Marietta doing?
What was the XG?
0.74 to 0.29.
Oh my god! Yeah, I didn't think it'd be that one-sided.
So. These are two of the worst game management teams in the league, I'd say. Watford have dropped 17 points from leading positions this season, which is
a lot.
Yeah, last year I think they dropped 9 points from leading positions last year, but having Watford gone a goal up, Brighton have failed to win in any of their 24 home Premier League games when conceding the first goal. So you probably would have put, Watford or a draw on this once Watford went a goal up, and probably, a draw, I'd say.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that, Watford just let them back into it. They scored their goal, then they sat back. And then Brighton got their goal in like the 77th, 78th minute, but Watford really did not push on. They almost kind of like resigned themselves to being...
Yeah, it's got to be tough when you're in that situation, though. If you go 1-0 up and there's 10, 15 minutes to go...
Yeah, it's very much that team.
You're like, oh my God, right, we've got to hold on to this. And then you concede. Yeah, it must be very tough there. What it does do, Josh, is it makes it very interesting, because if Norwich win, I don't know who Norwich are playing when they play and their winter break game, but if they win, it's 21, 24, currently 24, 25, 26, 27 as the bottom, 15 to 20 in the league.
Do you want me to tell you who Norwich's next game is against?
Is it like Liverpool? It's Liverpool, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so that's not going to happen. Don't worry about that. Scratch that. I'll edit that out.
But I imagine for all of the time that goes on, that those teams down will be praying that Norwich just kind of whimper and just take one of those places. They do not want to make it a three position running. They want to make it 2, and so someone else is definitely taking that hit. Yeah.
I just hope it's really exciting, the relegation running,
absolutely.
Because the league's done. So. Just hope the relegation run is really exciting.
Is ever so slightly done, yeah. But bringing back to the poor game management, Brighton they're very naive. I feel like it's been actually a season of poor game management, because Chelsea are very poor with game management as well.
Yeah.
But Brighton just infuriate me. They played nice football. They're having to start Glenn Murray. They start Glenn Murray up top again, and they probably did need to sign a striker in January.
It's never the answer. Glenn Murray is never the answer.
No. Do you remember in November when Brighton were 8th and Potter had only just been appointed? He signed a new contract. Remember that? And he kept at the club till 2025. Do you reckon the board are now thinking, "Oh, what have we done?"
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because since then they've only picked up 12 points in 13 Premier League matches.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah.
And so they're 3 points clear of the bottom 3, having played an extra match.
Yeah,
I think?
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Which is it is really uncertain of what's going to happen here. But from Watford's point of view, I think I kind of touched on Benteke maybe a shining light. Doucouré's form is a bit of a shining light. 3 goals in his last 6, and he's quite important for him. I've never been a big fan of Doucouré.
I am. I want to see him playing a better team. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think there's a few players down there in kind of either relegation battled sides or potentially then relegated sides, which I think have given their clubs a good service now and go, you know what, I can move on.
Would you take him? Would you take him, Doucouré at Spurs? As a backup?
No, I don't. No, I don't like him at all. I'm not a big fan. So
I'd have him at United.
Would you?
Yeah, as a backup central mid. If we can buy a proper central midfielder to fit in, so once we sell Pogba in the summer, because that's going to happen, then I would take him as a backup. Yeah, he's very similar to Scott McTominay. I think I would take him as a squad player at United. Doucouré. Yeah.
Okay. Because rumour has it around Jack Grealish this morning for Man United. Obviously, we mentioned him a few weeks.
Get him in.
So would he not be part of the central midfield? He'd be part of the attacking 3, would he?
What, Grealish? Nah, he'd be the attacking one at the top. He'd be like the number 10. Fernandes would play as the number 8.
Yeah.
And then Fred or McTominay as the more holding player.
Okay.
That's what I would do. Yeah. If we get Grealish, I'd love it. I'd make a very stupid bet with you about buying a shirt with Grealish's name on the back.
I'm thinking about a bet where before he's even signed, you've got to buy a shirt with Grealish on, so you're one of those knobheads who has it before the time. Just linked to Jack Grealish, because I don't know if you noticed, but whenever Jack Grealish kind of gets taken down, and some players will then kind of tie themselves up, pull their socks up. Jack Grealish does the old feint. He kind of pretends to pull his socks up because he clearly doesn't pull his socks up, and it links into yesterday's match. You see this? I tweeted it. From
I did see this.
Jabril Sidibe was ready to come on as a sub. Has his right sock on, has his boots on, is on the sideline, ready to go on, and leans down to pull his left sock up. Realise he is not wearing a left sock.
Oh, ridiculous.
Which because the footballers now wear these
under sock things, don't they?
Yeah, kind of, they call true socks. Can't remember what they're called. Where it's to stop their foot slipping around their sock. They wear these very grippy socks around the ankle, and then for the club socks, they normally cut them off from the ankle, and so they're basically a calf sleeve. And he forgot to put on his calf sleeve.
Yeah.
Basically, and it was there just kind of.
How much do you reckon he's on a week?
Oh, 45 grand.
Can't dress himself.
No, but another funny thing is, if you're watching the background of that video, there is a couple of players. I can't remember. I think it's Tom Davis and someone else, maybe Mason Holgate, are playing rock paper scissors in the background.
I've not seen that. I need to see that.
It's all going on. Like Everton just showing themselves to be an absolute comical club there, but
bloody hell,
they got the win.
Yeah.
So to wrap up that then, Everton fans happy, Palace fans unhappy, and probably Watford fans probably unhappy than Brighton fans, I'd say.
Definitely. Agreed. Should we review the one game that's happening today? Preview it? The one game?
Yes. I still think that I'm surprised that the Sheffield United match hasn't, probably because it's just so close to kick off, they haven't called it off, because Sheffield and Manchester aren't that far apart.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. So we obviously would have had Man City, West Ham. Now I'd be intrigued to see what Sky are going to... They're probably pumping this out as Super Sunday anyway. Now they'll be like, oh...
I didn't even think about that, yeah. Sky would be showing both games, wouldn't they? And the studio they're using would be Man City.
Yes.
Amazing.
Maybe that's why I cancelled it, because no one can get there.
Well, no one gets there anyway, do they? Whee!
Sheffield United versus Bournemouth. So Sheffield United obviously riding high, in sixth position, somewhat luckily in the last few games, kind of getting points. But Bournemouth, this is what Bournemouth do, isn't it? They have their relegation dive, and then they have that really weird run of form. So I would not be surprised if Bournemouth get a positive result from this.
You're going Bournemouth not to lose? Is that what the bet would be? Win or draw? I can't remember what their official phrase is.
Double chance.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
But, I mean, on the other side, I think Josh King may be out. I mean, Jefferson Lermo is quite important at keeping that midfield solid, suspended, because he's an idiot.
Yeah.
I think
Sheffield United buoyed on by Sander Berge making his home debut. I'm very excited to see him play, because I'm going to watch the game.
Yeah, he's a lovely little player. Big player.
Big player, yeah. He's a big player, big lad.
It would be,
Big Burge is what they call him.
I would say Sheffield United fans just love this all the time it lasts, because things do normally change in the second season.
Yeah.
For the worse when this happens.
Yeah.
But, I absolutely lap it up while it's going on, and I'd hope that Sheffield United get a result. Because I feel because obviously they're right around Spurs and United, but I just feel like they will fade off eventually.
You think Bournemouth will do it today? Up there in the wind,
these southern fairies on these coastal boys. Yeah, maybe they would. No, I think it'll be a very ridiculous game of football today.
Okay, all right.
I think it'll be a high-scoring match.
I'll definitely look forward to watching
that in them. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, that's the Premier League done. And weirdly, Josh, the podcast is pretty much on cue for time as well, like normal.
You it, Dave. We can feel like nobody.
Yeah. I've got a few comments to read out, because last week, with the transfer window slamming shut, we reviewed it, didn't we, Josh?
Yeah.
And we asked the question: how do people get their information? And
yes,
we had on YouTube, because it's the only comments I can read at the moment. Ross got in touch and said, it used to be glued to Sky Sports News, but now it's just on in the morning when I'm getting ready. The overexcitement and overreactions mean it's always hard to watch. Like to have on all the time. And Barbarian ? Which I guess the username would actually be Barbarian, like that. Is I now use social media. I put Sky Sports News on only on deadline day for the sentiment, even though it's pretty rubbish. So
it's put on for nostalgia. Yeah, I mean, it's all about social media for me. I would follow it through Twitter mainly, Twitter, and probably a little bit of Reddit. I'll do for the media stuff, Twitter. And
then, I mean, massive shout out to Johnny Tailford, who left us a comment yesterday on episode 70.
Loving it.
So love the fact it's going on the back catalogue. Absolutely brilliant. I can't remember what the question was.
No, I read this and thought, I don't know what he's answering, but
he follows Athletic Bilbao because they're only allowed to sign Basque players. Their scouting pool is minute, yet they're top flight and they've never been relegated. Amazing. And I can't disagree with that.
I'm going for something along the lines of, was it episode 70, do you say?
70, yeah. It must have been.
Well, I was looking back at my notes. We had what brings you most joy in football: goal scoring, goalkeeper, outfield player, and goal off scramble, 22-man melee. So it's not that.
No.
Maybe I posed a question to you about supporting a foreign club.
Yeah, I've got a feeling it's the question where we were getting onto my weird love of like NK Maribor. And
well, actually, I've just seen here. This was a week where Shakhtar Donetsk.
That would have been it. Yeah.
And Dynamo Zagreb played, so maybe there's a link between that. I think that's what I'm going to go for.
Yeah, good. Loving the fact you're going through the back catalogue. Keep it up, Johnny.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. But yeah, so they're the shout outs and the comments we've had from listeners recently. So now we've done that, Josh, you know what time it is. You know what time it is, yeah. I got a wiki file. Here comes a wiki file. I got a wiki file for you. Hey, now I would have a wiki file for Josh, but I can't remember how to send it. There we go.
I was thinking, Dave.
Yeah, right. It is. It's on the way, Josh. It's coming over the airwaves and the doctor. Now, I made a faux pas with this, and I will be honest.
What is going on, Dave?
I made a faux pas, and I picked a player who didn't make the Lorik Kana rule of playing over 30 games. Was it 31 or 30? The Lorik Kana
I think it's 31.
Yeah, I think it's 31. He didn't play 31 games in the Premier League. He played 25, which is obviously below 31.
But Dave mentioned this to me, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to back myself. I can still do it.
Are you regretting that decision?
No, I've got it, Dave.
Oh, you're a piece of poo.
Oh.
How have you got it that easy?
Well, I mean, I think I've got it. I will let you know shortly.
What position does he play?
He's a striker.
Yeah, you've got it. That goal scoring record is fucking horrendous.
After he left Sporting is, yes.
Yeah.
So let me talk it through. So we have a player who started their youth career in '98. They were at VV Württemberg, and then they went off to in 1999 to 2008. They were at Vitesse Arnhem in Holland. Then they made that promotion 1 year. They are, you know what, I'm going to get there 1 year. I'm going to spend at Vitesse, and I spent 33 games here, scoring 8 goals. But obviously, FC Utrecht thought, yep, I can see what I like in this man here. And for a couple of seasons, he was there, scoring 26 goals and 64 appearances. Now, obviously, Dutch born and bred, he then moves to Portugal. He spends 2 years in Portugal, 55 games, 28 goals. And obviously, Norwich, I think they're newly promoted Norwich.
Yeah.
Go, yes, we're going to take a stab at this and we will sign you. And then in the Premier League, he manages 1 goal in 25 appearances. And I even remember there's some form of stat where he didn't have a shot on target for like 9 games.
Amazing.
Callum Wilson-esque. Norwich then promptly get relegated because they'd put all their eggs in the this player's basket. I didn't want to spoil it for people there. And they loan him out. Saint Etienne on loan, 5 goals, 28 appearances. Real Betis on loan, 1 goal, 16 appearances, and complete his 3 years there. And he's kind of out of goal scoring form, so he goes, you know what, I'm returning back to my boyhood club, Vitesse Arnhem. 32 appearances, 20 goals, bang. That was in 16-17. And for the last 3 years, he's been at Basel. 55 appearances, 24 goals, and he's just been given the all clear to go back to playing after, I want to say, heart troubles.
It is, yeah. He found a heart thing in a medical or something, yeah.
Yes, and so well done for coming back, and hopefully you get back to your best, Ricky Van Wolfswinkel.
It is Ricky Van Wolfswinkel. Well done, Josh. I'm very impressed by that.
Thank you.
Very impressed. Also, hashtag back stronger. You could use for
back stronger. Yes. Back stronger. It was the Norwich and Sporting, because I remember, they've signed a Dutchman from a Portuguese club to Norwich. Yeah, I've got some knowledge, Dave. Don't you worry.
That's a knowledge bomb for me right there.
Yeah. Interesting. He was shite in the Premier League.
Absolutely terrible. Yeah.
Yeah. Out of his depth massively.
Yeah. Well, the stats show it, don't they?
Yeah, he desperately show his desperation.
He really struggled in the Premier League, Ligue 1, and La Liga, and has really excelled in Holland.
It's like I think it shows the confidence thing there. Like, players lose it all, They struggle. Then they're still at that parent club, so he goes to loans for Saint Etienne, Real Betis, and he still doesn't find it. He goes, "I need to go back to what I know I can do," and he does it again, and he has a better goal scoring record. So he ends up with 65 appearances, 28 goals. So just under 1 in 2 for Vitesse. And then he thought, and he regains confidence and goes to a different league.
Goes back to the Champions League, Josh. That's where he went with Basel.
Yes, yeah, he does.
So,
yeah. Yeah. Well, that leads nicely on actually into David. A question I posed to you.
You did. Over WhatsApp,
yeah, I saw this on Twitter. Now let me see if I can find who.
It's doing the rounds a lot because I tagged you in it again. So.
Yeah, so I saw it via Twitter user at Andy Coyle. I originally thought it was Andy Cole, but it's Andy Coyle, and he posed a question. Okay, so you play for 7 clubs. Your first one a development club, second one a big move at age 21, another at 24, and another at 27. Then 3 clubs on the way down at 30 onwards. What is your career? Now, have you got yours? Have you done yours, Dave?
I've got it written down in front of me, but I've added in an extra club at the end.
Oh, so added in.
I've got 5 on the way down because the last one says non-contract in brackets, so I'm not getting paid.
Okay, so. I'm doing the same then because I know exactly what.
Yeah.
Non-contract.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Do you want to talk me through yours? We'll go through full of yours and then full of mine. Okay.
You reckon? Do you want to do club and club and see how well we compare to think what we think a big move?
Okay, we're both we're both the same age. Dave and I, our birthdays are kind of a week apart ish.
Yeah, very true. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we'd obviously, I think, this is how my development went. I started off as I played for Folkestone Victor youth team, and then I was snapped up. That's not my development club though. My development club is Ajax. So I make my first team debut.
Hang on. You've got I'm not having that. Hang on. You play for Folkestone Victor youth, and Ajax pluck you out of nowhere to play in their Ajax young team.
Age 16, I moved to Ajax, and they're my development club. Right. So I'm still me. I'm Josh, born in Folkestone, but Ajax snapped me up, and I play my first kind of formative years, my first 4 or 5 years of my career at Ajax.
Okay, right. So I had written down that Folkestone were my development club, and then I moved straight to like a sort of big move. But now that you've gone to Ajax, I'll be a little bit more sensible and probably put in there that someone like Portsmouth or something would pluck me out from Folkestone, or like a Charlton or something.
Me and you are both in,
we're both there at Folkestone's youth team.
Under 15 side, right? We're both there before we're still doing our GCSEs, and then we get snapped up by these clubs. And I've been snapped up by Ajax. You have been snapped up by Portsmouth.
No. I'll go Charlton. I'll go Charlton. Because Charlton actually scout Folkestone and Victor youth games. So
yeah,
I know that because my nephew's been scouted by Charlton. So. Yeah.
Check you out. So I spend then until the age of 21, I'll spend at Ajax, where I get a big move. I
reckon you've done this so much more impressive than me.
So I make a good move, another good move for a young player. Age 21, I moved to Borussia Dortmund.
Fuck off. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. No. Fair enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Age 21, Dave, where'd you move? You moved from Charlton to...
Southampton.
Cool, you're aiming high, aren't you, Dave? Fucking Liverpool. Dream, Dave.
No. I think I'm being fairly realistic about it.
For one, what type of player I am.
Ajax do not scout Folkestone under 18s.
No, I went on holiday to a centre parks in Holland, age 15.
Won the Keep Me Happy competition.
Players, and they saw me, all right?
Won the Keep Me Happy competition.
Plot hole avoided.
Okay, right, all right. So you've gone Folkestone.
What type of player are you, by the way?
Oh, I'm a centre back.
Okay,
that's what I play in real life. So
I'm a kind of a tricky attacking midfielder.
Of course you are. Passes. Of course you are.
Yeah.
You're the fucking next Lionel Messi, aren't you?
No.
So, no, you're the right height all the way through your age groups. So you've gone Folkestone, Ajax, Borussia Dortmund.
Yes, Borussia Dortmund. I've been there 3 years.
This is very similar to the Wikifiles, isn't it? Because I'm very British. Folkestone. I've gone Folkestone, Charlton, Southampton.
Okay, right, so then age 24.
Next big move.
Well, this is my chance to win some major honours.
It's not mine.
No, I mean, people laugh when I say this, but I then make my move to Tottenham.
Yeah. And I make my move to Man United.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I spend probably
Why?
3 frustrating years.
Why did you move at the age of 24 to Spurs? Not just it's a boyhood club, but why? Because you picked this. So why was it not age 27?
Because I actually want to win things in my career.
Okay, yeah.
So my big move at 27 is a big move.
Yeah, my move at 27 is a big move.
Yeah.
But
so
when do you think you hit your peak? Because obviously it's like 3 big moves, well, 2 big moves. You get 24 and 27, yeah, and then you dwindle down after 30. So, are you at peak at Spurs, or are you at peak at the next big move?
I peak halfway through this kind of, and then I kind of my final season with Spurs is like amazing, kind of like Gareth Bale's one, amazing season, and then I get signed by Barcelona.
Oh, Josh, I'm Real Madrid. I am scything you down in the Copa del Rey final.
So obviously we'd have met. So age 21, you're at where?
Charlton. No, Southampton. Sorry, Southampton.
Southampton. So I doubt we'd have met with Borussia Dortmund. Maybe in the England setup, but you probably wouldn't have got into it actually. But
yeah,
we're playing Premier League football together, competing against each other at 20 all the time in the Premier League,
fighting for that.
And then we make the move to La Liga together.
Yeah.
Oh, this is lovely.
Same transfer window as well. What a transfer window that would be.
Yeah. These 2 young boys from Folkestone signed for Barcelona and Real Madrid. And they pretend they make it out to a rivals, but we actually are still friends.
Yeah, good friends. We have joint birthday parties still.
Yeah, we hire out our local hockey club. And,
have a joint party.
Yeah. Okay.
So where's your first dwindling move then?
So obviously I'd have won big with Barcelona. I'd have lapped it up.
Well, not everything, obviously, because I've won big at Real Madrid.
I've got 3 teams here. They're all Serie A teams.
Amazing.
I can't choose. I'm torn. They're all kind of romanticised teams. I'm going to go. I'm going to. I don't know. Well, who have you got, Dave? I can't quite decide yet.
Mate, I come home. Fulham.
You come home? No. I stay in
Fulham.
Spain. I've acclimatised in Spain. And I'm gone to Valencia because I actually love their stadium, and Mestalla, lovely stadium.
Yeah,
and I'm like, yeah.
I go Fulham, who I think are in the Premier League at that time, and they signed me as a stalwart centre back who knows the English league and is winning headers. But I'm a little bit past it at 30. Okay. So my peak was Real Madrid.
Okay, all right, you're on your way down.
Yeah.
So yeah,
so Fulham.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I'm at Valencia. I'm still at kind of a big club in a big league, but it's all a bit lower key.
Yeah.
Okay, all right then. So we're going to make our second dwindling move.
Yeah.
Who are you going to?
I'm chasing the money.
Okay,
I'm chasing the money and the celebrities. So what do? I go and sign for David Beckham's Inter Miami.
Inter Miami, you slut, you absolute fame slut.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm getting like 200 grand a week. I'm like there. Well, probably not 100 grand a week. That'll do. To chill out in Miami, pop round David Beckham's house. Yeah, love it.
So I'm still seeking that big feel, that atmosphere, that feeling alive. I go to Boca Juniors.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
That's my next club.
Oh.
So they sign one English talent and they think we've had him for 3 years. We'll get another one in.
Yeah, I make such a good impression. We're like, oh, we need more English talent.
In Football Manager, when you sign a player or a scout or something, you can go click on recommend signing, and that's what they've done to you. Just as your contract's dwindling down. Oh, I know this cracking centre back. Grew up together. He's had an illustrious career. You can get him cheap. He's in the MLS. He's not enjoying it.
But Dave, we've never played together. This is upsetting. So my final stop, but yours is Boca, your final stop. But then we have our
oh no, so that's not my non-contract. I've got one more.
No. This is my instead of that I've got a choice of 3 here, and it's all kind of where I want to live. I'm going to go in the MLS. I'm going Vancouver Whitecaps.
Oh, nice. Yeah, okay.
My other options are going to be Wellington Phoenix in New Zealand or FC Tokyo in Japan. But I've gone Vancouver Whitecaps. Stick to what I know. Good English culture. Living in Canada, lovely life, and
I love it.
That would be my penultimate stop.
We play together at Folkestone. You fuck off to mainland Europe, right? And I'm still in and around, Charlton, Southampton, keeping it down south. And then it's like, bam, Man United v Spurs, bam, Barcelona v Real Madrid, and then I go back to Fulham.
I'm at Valencia there, where we don't really cross paths again.
No,
Valencia
and then
still Champions League side.
Our flights cross paths, because
You
I
actually,
go from the
I
MLS
rented
to
a
Argentina.
place.
Yeah.
I rented a place down in Buenos Aires, and
You recommended it
and
to me.
you actually take over the lease after I've been there 3 years.
Yeah, lovely. And then Josh, we both know, and listeners to the podcast know, that we both love a good bookend to a career.
Oh, absolutely.
So I then moved back as a withering 46-year-old centre-back with no pace to play for Folkestone Invicta for free.
Yeah, no, Dave, let's tie this right up. Player, manager, assistant manager, assistant to the manager.
Yeah, that's your job, because I've got track record of winning stuff.
Well, because I'm obviously showing more on the pitch. You're kind of as and when needed, where I'm still actually I'm lead trundling. Right?
Yeah,
I'm lead trundling on that pitch.
Yeah, you've got the skills, just
I'm
pace.
a top level lead trundle was my career.
Yeah. Oh man, that was good fun.
That was actually very enjoyable.
Do you know what I read when I was going through other people doing them on Twitter, and there was a comment on one that was just like, "I've now got this whimsical feeling of nostalgia for a career I've never had," and I've got that exact feeling right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, what about your England career? Would you have had a nice big England career?
Oh, 100%, mate. If you're Man United, you're automatically in the England squad anyway, no matter how good you are.
Yeah.
So that's
Tom
yeah. So I'm in that, and then you don't pick an Englishman that's playing. There's no way you can't get picked if you're playing for Real Madrid. Same as you, Barcelona. I
imagine it might have taken me a little while to get an England side because obviously Ajax, Borussia Dortmund, but maybe like Sancho's got in there, so maybe I would have been a bit of a.
See, I think I get more caps than you for England. Because I think centre-backs are harder to find.
No, I think obviously there's no formation which doesn't have centre-backs, whereas I'm kind of in that kind of Jack Grealish mould of current players where he's obviously a very good player, but I need a formation that fits me. And I might get left out, for a more practical manager trying to play a rigid 4-4-2, and I just don't fit. I can't find a place for me. And the media are crowing, going, "Get Josh Call in the side." I'm like, oh, God, when will my time come?
Yeah. Whereas I'm just there lapping up England caps and I get into the 100 club, score the winning goal in a World Cup final and you're on the bench because we can't fit you in.
Whoa, you do not score the winning goal in a World Cup final. That is not an honour that you bestow
also,
you. Right.
I would be a penalty taker because I've never missed one. So I'd be the country's penalty taker.
You'd be a very high scoring, and that would lead you well into your Folkestone Invicta career because I wouldn't be good from penalties. I'll be a set piece man. But penalties, I for some reason just can't do them. I'm a bit like Messi.
Yeah.
Free kicks all day, but penalties, something goes wrong.
Just a little aside, Josh. Scored a penalty today in the cup. So.
Did you?
Yep. 6-3 win.
Lovely.
Stood up.
What goal was yours?
6, obviously.
Oh.
Yeah. But obviously tucked it away, mate. Never missed one. Lovely stuff.
What a lovely career, and this is obviously something that I want our listeners to.
Got to leave a comment.
Go through.
Yeah, got to leave a comment. So just go through the list again, Josh, so they can understand what they've got to list out for their career.
Okay, so your first career is a development piece, so probably from teenagers up to the age of 21. Your second move is age 21 to a big club. Your first kind of stepping stone club. Your second move, age 24, again to a big club. Your third move, age 27, to a maybe even big club. It's up to you. Those three clubs are kind of interchangeable. They can all be top level, whatever you kind of feel. But then from then on, your next three moves are on the way down. Move 5, age 30. I went move 6, age 33, and then your final step, age kind of 36, your last club. But then Dave and I added a kind of little bookend to it, a number 8 move to a kind of our local club because we didn't feel like we wanted to include
you get a whimsical non-contract move.
Yeah.
At the end of it.
Yeah.
Did you have any names that you wrote down and then cross out?
Yeah. I mean, I went for a long time, and so I was mentioning to you on the way down. I was thinking, do I want to go to Roma or Lazio or Fiorentina? I did have Barcelona / Real Madrid. I was thinking I want that move, but I'm a bit more of a Barcelona. I think Nou Camp is for me is where it's at.
Yeah, I thought I had Barcelona and Real Madrid both down there, and I thought, they would love someone to come in and replace Sergio Ramos as a dominating centre back. They love him, and they'd love me. Yeah. So,
I had Celtic instead of Boca Juniors.
Oh, okay. This
again because it's that kind of great atmosphere, massive rivalries, but kind of lower level football.
Yeah. How about this, Josh? Where I put Inter Miami, the first club I had there was Gillingham.
Oh no!
So I would have gone Fulham. I would have gone Man United, Real Madrid, Fulham, Gillingham, Boca Juniors. But yeah.
Yeah, but before that, you have gone Charlton,
Southampton, Man United, Real Madrid, Fulham, Gillingham, Folkestone would have been my career if I just hadn't gone to South America. How depressing is that?
You did love a bit of red and white in your start of your career, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
That's what I played in: red and white, yellow and black, white and blue, blue and red, blue and black, blue and yellow, green and white is Vancouver Whitecaps, I think.
No, blue.
It's blue, and then
white,
Folkestone
blue,
Victor. Everybody
Orange.
knows Folkestone Victor, orange and black.
As a time for a little plug, if you want to see a Folkestone and Victor save on YouTube on Football Manager, you can check it out on Cultured Left Foot's YouTube channel. I heard he's a really good YouTuber. So
Yes, very enjoyable.
yeah.
Yes.
Up into League One, Josh. It's going very
That's
well.
fantastic stuff.
So-
I've watched a few.
Yeah.
Very enjoyable. Give it a watch.
Thank you.
Do you know? I always, I would like to see a list of your squad. I always want to know what the list of your squad. I kind of
What, in
saved
Football
off a
Manager?
picture or something. Yeah, as you like while you're going
Okay.
through it. So yeah.
All right. Yeah, interesting. See how it changes and adapts.
Yeah. So your current squad, a picture of it or something like, a link to an image of file, so I can go, okay, that's what his squad he's currently working on. Because I always want to know what he's got at his disposal.
I'm writing that down. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Dave. Should we move back
list
to
pictures.
finish
Yes.
off this quiz, Dave?
We do need to finish off the quizzy quiz. So, yeah. Well, go on, Josh. The quiz is your.
So
bet.
I challenged Dave. Dave had the option; he could pick any of the home nations aside from England. So he picked Scotland, and in picking Scotland, he had to. I sent him a list, and he had to name the 10 most valuable Scottish players as per Transfer Market's rating. Currently playing. He is successfully named number 1, Andrew Robson; number 2, Ryan Fraser; number 3, Scott McTominay; number 4, Kieran Tierney; and number 5, John McGinn. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh no, you've got 8 and 9 as well. You've got 8 is Ollie McBurney and 9 Stuart Armstrong. But 6, 7, and 10 currently evade you, don't they?
They do, and I haven't.
So 6 is, I've given him clues, attacking midfielder, 29 years old, playing for Fulham. 7 is, I would say, left midfield, left wing back, 30 years old, playing for Newcastle, and 10 is a right midfielder playing for Celtic. Now, Dave, have you written anything down in the past half hour?
No. I keep drawing blanks.
Okay. Well,
Whoa! Hold the phone. Did I get number 7, Newcastle?
No.
Matt Ritchie.
Matt Ritchie it is.
That's
yes.
just come to my head. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Matthew Ritchie. Now the other two, obviously, I think Tom Kearney is number 6. Dave.
Oh, Tom Kearney. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think he had a bit of a spell at Blackburn as well. Maybe I think he's a lovely little left-footed player.
Yeah.
And number 10, James Forrest.
Oh,
Again,
yeah.
I think it takes a bit of Celtic knowledge that he's not, as far as I know, not ventured south of the border.
Wouldn't have got that. I'm happy that I got Matt Ritchie though. I would have been annoyed if I hadn't got that. So. Yeah.
Not bad at all. In any other business, I'd quickly just the Super Sixes.
Oh yeah, I did them this week.
You did them this week. You weren't too successful. 4 points.
Mate, that's
13
very successful for me.
Yes, that's infinitely more than you normally get because you don't normally play it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a Super Six league running. We'll tweet it out again, actually, our league, in case anybody's playing has since listened to the podcast and wants to join the league. Second place this week for me, 13 points. Tom Hennigan, first place this week with 14 points, and he maintains his position at the top of the table. 324 points so far in first place, and I am second with 294. Dave, you're 7th with 137.
Awesome. Brilliant.
But I won it this week at work, so that was lovely. No, that was just to confirm. It was confirmed win. I thought I'd won.
Yeah, okay.
It's a month thing, so maybe I will win again. I was the best this round, so it's a good start to the month.
Yeah. Nice. Tidy. I don't have any other business because no. Why would I? Oh, we've just been tagged in some news by Owen. Yeah, live, not now. Owen has tagged us 3 minutes ago on Twitter at Football Talk. We'll get onto that in a minute. The Crystal Palace have had the worst goal scoring record in the Premier League and have not won since Boxing Day. Is Roy Hodgson under pressure?
Dun 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 dun. Yes, but they will not sack him.
No. What a bombshell to end on. Any other business? Live, mate. That's how we do any other business. But yeah, no, nothing from me. So I think we'll end it there, Joshua, if you're happy with that.
Yeah, go for it, mate.
Good. Well, listeners, remember to get in your comments. They will get read out on air eventually. And leave us your career projectors. Don't leave a career projector. Your projection of your career, where it would go if you were a footballer. What would all your moves be, as Josh described earlier? But you can find us on YouTube, SoundCloud, and Spotify. Just search for Football Talk, and you can find us on Twitter at Football Talk. But remember,
there's no A in football.
there's no A in football. So please get involved, comment below, like, subscribe, all that jazz. But for now, we're out. Cheers.